welcome back to my channel. Today is Finn's first birthday and oh my god, I am an absolute emotional wreck. I am a wreck. I didn't expect to be like this. I was very much of the ilk of he's not going to remember, it's not a big deal. Oh my god, I don't know what it is, I don't know. I was looking at the clock before and it was like 10 minutes before he was born or something. And I just remember thinking like, oh my god, I will be pushing him out now. Like I was pushing him out and I was like reliving everything. It's insane. Like all of the cliches that you say you're not going to say before you have a baby, like, I can't believe he's one, how have I got a 1-year-old, doesn't time fly? All those things are true. Like, you just become a massive cliche. I can't believe he's one. I can't believe, and the last year has just been amazing and I wish I could go back and do it all again. Like, honestly, I understand why people get addicted to having babies because I just want to go back and do it all again. But I know next time it's not going to be the same, so I just want to go back and have a first baby again when you've not got the stress of having another baby when it's your second baby, if you know what I mean. Oh, it's just totally emotional. So what I wanted to do was basically do a update of him at 1. He's asleep at the moment, and you'll understand from the update why I've not included him in this video sat on my knee, because that just can't happen anymore like we used to do when he was 3 months, 4 months old. I know a lot of people on this channel are here for the cleaning stuff and all the other stuff that I do, but I started this channel predominantly so that I could document Finn's life, basically. I started it when I was about 35 weeks pregnant and I wanted a record of that, and I love watching the videos back of when he was littler or when I was pregnant with my bump. So it's really important to me that I do this so that I've got a record for us, really. So Finn, in a nutshell, is a ball of activity. He is hyperactive to the max. We've both looked at each other and thought, do you think he's got ADHD? Because he is like crazy. From the second he wakes up and the second he goes to sleep, he's just everywhere all the time. He's crawling. When he's down, he wants up. When he's up, he wants down. He's got no chill. That's just 2 years. But he is such a personality because of it. His daddy was very like this when he was a little boy. They used to call him Naughty Paul, and he's turned out to be a wonderful human being, so I'm not worried about it. In terms of his milestones, he is crawling. He is standing as of like today, which is bizarre. He's always bob on with his milestones. I think he was 6 months old to the day where he sat up. And what I find is as well, he doesn't do the thing where he'll like do the milestone for a little bit but like fall over and be wobbly. Like when he sat, he didn't sit and wobble. He just sat and sat for ever and never wobbled and never fell over. And it's the same thing with standing. Like he stood this morning and then just neatly set himself down again, like he didn't fall over or anything. In terms of other milestones, he's not walking at all. Obviously he's not been standing, he's not been walking, but I was 18 months old before I walked, so I'm not concerned about that either. I think it's just going to be one of those things where one day he just stands up and walks off and I'm going to be like, oh, there he goes. So yeah, I'm not too bothered about that. Secretly, the little tiny part of me is quite glad that he's not walking, because it's knackering enough trying to save him from killing himself 5 times a day without him being able to run away from me. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, he can clap, he can say mama, dada, papa. Nana for nanny. He can say grandpa for my grandpa. Yeah, grandpa. Which is lovely because he shares a birthday with my grandpa, who actually passed away when he was about 3 months old. He said nipple this morning because he's obsessed with Paul's nipples. He's gonna kill me for including that, but basically he likes belly buttons and he likes nipples, so he'll like just poke and he'll like lift shirts up and things like that. He does a lot of that. So in terms of milestones, I think he's gonna be a talker but probably not a walker. Like that's who he's gonna be. We've graduated to the bigger car seat now, and he's in the Joey Spin 360, which I might do a review of because my god, I love that car seat. It really made me realise how much we were ramming him into the previous infant car seat, and it made me feel a little bit bad. But it is just revolutionary in both literal and figurative terms. So he can clap hands. He likes to do that quite a lot. He likes to take your glasses off and on and put them on his face. He likes to eat food off the floor but not off his plate. Eating wise, if you followed our weaning journey, you'll know that it's been an absolute nightmare. It continues to be tricky. He will eat the foods that he likes, which are toast, bananas, peanut butter, he quite likes pancakes, like little Scotch pancakes, basically those things, and he'll eat those. Shreddies, he's obsessed with shreddies. He'll eat those, but he won't eat anything else. No vegetables, no purees, no goodness, like that's it. But to be fair, now we've dropped the last 2 bottles, he will eat quite a lot of those things. So I'm confident he's getting a reasonable amount of nutrition. And with his last bottle of the day, he has a vitamin drop. I think they're Vitabiotics. I'll link them down below. It looks disgusting. It's like black, horrible stuff that you syringe into it, but it's only like a tiny little syringe. And so at least I know he's getting his vitamins and minerals, basically, because he's definitely not getting them from broccoli. We'll keep trying. Apparently it takes like 16 times before a baby accepts food like that, so I'm going to keep giving it a go, but I just think it's a massive waste of food. And in the beginning, I was spending loads of money every day on trying to make him different things and loads of effort, and it was just soul destroying, and it was actually making me a little bit sad. So I probably only introduce things at dinner now. He can feed himself, and he very much likes to feed himself. He doesn't like to be fed from a spoon. We kind of did baby-led weaning though, so I expected that to be the case. He drinks from a cup, a beaker, and he does that really confidently, really nonchalantly actually, with like one hand. He'll sort of like throw it off. When he's done with it, he doesn't place things, he just throws them when he's done, which is challenging sometimes, you know. So a typical day of eating, I have done what my baby eats in a day actually last week, so I'll link that down below. He will have a beaker of milk with his breakfast. He will have shreddies or something for his breakfast, and then I'll attempt to give him some piece of fruit, but he doesn't usually eat that. We will take out with us in our little lunchbox a sandwich or a wrap and some fruit and some yogurt or a Baby Bell or some cheese, and then in the evening he will maybe have like scrambled eggs on toast or avocado on toast, again something on toast. I do try and give him a little bit of what we're eating, but he's not interested. And before he goes to bed, he has a bottle of full fat milk with his vitamin drops in it. I have packed the tummy tipping machine away. It is gone. It was the best thing that I ever purchased. So if you are watching this and you've got a tiny little baby and you are going to formula feed at some point, buy a tummy tipping machine. Don't buy the expensive one that's just come out that's night ready, night safe, night friendly. Buy the normal one that's like 70 quid. He also drinks quite a lot of water with his beaker throughout the day, and he's happy to do that. He's happy to drink out of a beaker with water, and he also gets quite thirsty. He really likes things like chocolate and sweets, and I haven't given him sweets, but he really likes chocolate and he really likes chocolate biscuits. I obviously try and limit those, but when he goes to his grandparents, as you might find, he eats quite a lot of them, I think. Sleep-wise, he has finally started to sleep properly through the night. We were going with at least one wake up until about 11 and a half, 12 months. So he will go to sleep at 6:30 on the dot, and my God, I've tried to keep him awake longer than that. He will fall asleep. He needs to go to bed at 6:30. So he goes to bed at 6:30 and he wakes up between 6:30 and 7 the next day, which is amazing. And we get proper sleep and we get time to ourselves in the evening, which is brilliant. So I can't complain about that. And then he'll go down for a morning nap between 9:30, 10 o'clock for an hour. And then he'll usually have an afternoon nap between about 2 and 3 o'clock for an hour. So it gives me good, reasonable breaks throughout the day. At one point, I thought he was ready to drop his morning nap because he was a bit grouchy. We put him down in a couple of days. And I shit myself, basically. I really didn't want to lose that morning nap because it's the time where I get ready and put makeup on my face and get dressed, although I haven't managed to get dressed today, but I have got makeup on. It's the time where I run around and clean the whole house or pack his lunch for the day, or it's just the time that I need, and I was so desperate to hang on to it, but luckily he seems to have gone back with it, and I'm holding on to that because I think they drop that nap normally according to the books, but we all know what that means. At about 15 months. 15 months on the dot is when we're going to Florida on holiday on a 10-hour flight. So I'm hoping I can hold on to that. One, that he won't be walking by then, and two, that he's going to keep that morning nap. I know that's terrible. I'm hoping he doesn't develop, but that's just me. In clothes, he's in size 12 to 18 months. He's always slightly like on the big end, although I did go and get him weighed and measured at the health visitors when I went for his 1 year check, and he's in the 25th percentile now. When he was born, he was in the 50th percentile for everything, head size, length, height, everything. Now he's in the 25th percentile, but for both height and weight, so he's like perfectly in proportion, so I'm not too worried about that. I haven't bought him any shoes yet because he's not standing properly and he's not walking. But I feel bad when it's really cold outside, like it was snowing before and he just had socks on. I thought, shouldn't he have shoes on? But I've tried and he won't keep them on. We are still using our Jules pram. We love it. I very often face him like the other way now, so that he's facing out to the world, because that seems to keep him entertained longer than if he's facing me. We have recently started using the Is Me sling again, which again I'll link down below, because he likes to be able to see, and he really wasn't happy in the pram and he wants to get out of the pram all the time. Whereas if he's attached to me in the sling, he seems to like that more. I think he's just becoming more attached to me. He had a massive meltdown in Selfridges yesterday where I dared to try something on for like 5 minutes, and he just completely lost it and he just wanted to be picked up. So I was just wearing a pair of knickers and a bra, half in one outfit and half out the other, and had to sort of like hold him, and the second I put him down to try and get dressed, he just kicked off. So maybe it is a little bit of that attachment thing. I've stopped using the Wonder Weeks app with the leaps because they just make me depressed, because I appear to be in a leap at all times and never out of one. His favourite toys are, in fact I've got some of his toys on here, his favourite books, which are kind of like toys, are the That's Not My books, and I bought this yesterday for him because, I'm going to be honest, we haven't really bought my first birthday present. It's the textures, they're really nice, they're about £7. It's really not a big deal to buy a couple of those. He loves Dougie. We don't really watch children's television. And I'm not saying that to be like a good mother, as in like I don't let him watch television. I'm saying that because he watches normal person's television, like Good Morning Britain and stuff like that. Because I can't bear to watch children's television until I really have to, and he can ask for it. But at Mum's, he does watch children's television because she's a much better parent than I am, and he watches Dougie, which was evidenced by the fact that when someone randomly bought him this for Christmas, not knowing that fact, he immediately hugged it and said, "Ah, Dougie." None of these things match the love that he has for our washing machine, which I've documented in depth on Instagram. He will sit and stare at that washing machine for hours. He absolutely loves it, to the point where if I bring him into the living room to do something or like to eat, he'll like crane to try and see it. He changes the cycle on the washing machine, so if I put it on a short cycle, he'll put it on a longer cycle, which has resulted in a lot of shrunken clothes. On Saturday, we are having a very small family gathering. We are having literally like my parents, Paul's parents, and a couple of our mates coming round. I didn't want to do a massive party because I think it's a waste of money because he won't remember it. I just can't believe that he's won, and I am getting a bit emotional about it. Just so short, that time where they're little tiny babies, like I can't even tell you, it's so short. And if you have a little tiny baby in your life right now and you're tired, just appreciate this time. I know that sounds daft, but just hold them and let them snuggle into you, and the second they fall asleep and you don't put them down, just literally soak it up and soak it in, because it doesn't last. He will not sit on me now for longer than 2 seconds unless he's holding my mobile phone, which I try not to give him. Oh, extracurricular activities. We're also still doing swimming every Tuesday. He loves water babies. We're on chapter 3 now, going into chapter 4 next week. I think it's one of the best things that we've done. We also do a lot of story time, like going to story times. We do a bit of baby sensory still, but like sensory story time that he can get involved in, as opposed to just like the fibre optic stuff that you do when they're really little. He's obviously too big for things like baby massage and stuff like that, but when he starts walking or is more confident, I'm going to take him to tumble tops, because I just need a place where he can go and get some energy out. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have a fellow 1-year-old, happy birthday to them. Congratulations for surviving a year in parenthood. It's not an easy thing. Please subscribe if you like these kind of videos. And again, if you don't like these kind of videos, you're probably not going to watch to the end. I do have different content as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!